get back to you. So you said, Mother May, you remember the year when you moved in here?
68.
That's what year?
68.
68? Okay, fine. See, I was 3. You weren't 4 years old. I was 3 years old.
It was 66.
So I was 1 year old.
No, it had to be 66 because I was 4.
You was 5.
No, I wasn't 5. I was going on. No, I was going on 5. It was February. It was February of 66, and then in October I was going on 5. It was 66. Oh, I mean, in 68 I was 6 years old.
You went to kindergarten down the street down there.
I don't care where I went to kindergarten at.
And then you went over to Butler.
I was 4 years old when we moved out here. It was February. I had just turned 4. I was going on 5. And once I turned 5, that's when I went to kindergarten. I wasn't already in kindergarten when we moved over there. Once I turned 5, that's when I went to kindergarten, and I went over there to Pearlie Smith to kindergarten, and I went over there to Raymond, that school Raymond over there on West Broad, parochial school, and then that was that same year I turned 5, and that's when I went to kindergarten, and then after that, the next year I went to Buck.
I was just going back and back. I knew I got jobs.
You didn't first get that job. You didn't. You wasn't working.
I know when
you moved out here.
No, I was looking for a job.
Well, you didn't get it then. I was 4. I remember that. I was 4, and Kenny was 6.
Did Kenny was 6?
Yeah.
And Mitri was how old? Brother? Them? Glowfay?
Mitri must have been 10. I think Mitri 4 years older than Kenny. And he was 6 years older than me. So yeah, it was.
So we all.
I don't know how I know that so well, but I know it was February. I was 4 years old. I just turned 4, and it was February of that year when we moved out here.
See, when y'all moved here, y'all moved from where? Where were y'all at?
Yes.
Well, here in Savannah, y'all in the country.
It was actually the street next to where St. Paul at.
Right across the street.
Right across the street from St. Paul, the church.
One of the houses over there.
Oh, okay.
That's where Elizabeth from the hospital we went.
No.
There it is.
I mean, your mind. No, it wasn't. When y'all had done moved, remember we lived in that. I don't know where y'all lived before when you had me, but when I was little, you went to that pink house on 32nd. Well, was it 42nd? 32nd Street. 35th. 32nd Street. It was that pink house, and then from that pink house, we moved over there to that house across the street from St. Paul on the side. I think that was 42nd. But there was another house that we lived in before we went to the pink house. I don't know where it was, but it had the fire escape, and we was way upstairs. Because I can remember when I was a little baby, I would stand up in my high chair.
That was 42nd.
No, that was not 42nd, Money.
Then we used to stay upstairs.
No, 42nd was the house we moved in before we moved over here. St. Paul is on Bonnet and 42nd. 32nd. But in that pink, it was that pink house. That wasn't the house that we were staying in that y'all was staying in when I was born. There was another house. Now where that it was around there somewhere, but it wasn't that house. Because like I said, I don't know the house, what it looked like on the outside. I just remember I must have been about 2. Because I would stand up in the high chair. They had these little plastic high chairs a long time ago. And they would, I don't know, it was red. And we at the kitchen was in the back of the house. And at the back of the house was the back door. And from the back door it had a fire escape. Luffy number no, because like I said, I was baby. But it had a fire escape and we was way up high. We must have been on the 2nd floor.
We got across from Vicky Drive. And we were standing and listen to the church and Vicky Drive.
I don't remember it being on the Victory Drive.
It wasn't Victory Drive, but it was bars up in there.
It was Walburg Street. That's where we stayed at. We stayed on Walburg Street when I was a baby. Because I remember y'all saying.
So how did you find out about this house? Did you look at other houses? Who took you? How did you find this house? Did some realtors found it? They took y'all to several houses?
Yeah, she did.
And you like this one the best?
No, this was the one that she...
Oh, okay, but just in terms of...
Yeah, because I didn't... this house was green, that dark green and red or something. It was ugly color. And I never liked it there, and that's why we painted it.
Did your husband have a favorite room in the house? Did your husband have a favorite room in the house? What room did he like?
He let go room, he just moved his room where the bed was, where he could go to lay down and he get drunk.
What kind of a kid was Mary? Was she quiet? Like, is she quiet now?
Elizabeth was the youngest one, but she felt like she was the oldest one. And Kenny and brother and Demetrius, she just felt that she was just as strong as they was, just as big.
So was she the most talkative kid?
Yeah.
And then was Kenny?
I know brother didn't talk much. But most Kenny. Her and Kenny used to be together most of the time.
I talked more than Kenny.
Yeah.
Because people thought Kenny was quiet. But nobody never thought I was quiet.
The older he got, the more he started talking.
Yeah.
Kenny used to study.
He would talk at home.
He studied, he
stutter.
When he stuttered, when he talked, he didn't talk very much because he didn't do that.
I don't think that's why he didn't talk.
I think that's what it was.
I just think he just didn't. I think, like brother, he didn't talk a whole lot. He talked more at home, but when he was out around people. But I think brother was the most outgoing.
Yeah.
Well, Mitri. As far as talking a lot, I don't know. I think brother talked more than anybody. I think brother talked more.
Tell me about the orange tree in the backyard. We ever able to eat those oranges?
No. They never got wrapped, but they said they never put no fertilizer on. But they would have
Did y'all plant that back there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. When y'all first moved here?
Yeah, when we first moved here.
So what did you do? Take some seeds from an orange and just put it?
No, he just...
You did not plant that tree when we first moved out here. We've been out here a while when Daddy went and planted that tree back there. Because we were saying Daddy planted that orange tree. Daddy must have did that in the mid-70s when he planted that tree.
I don't know, I know it was
But
so how did what y'all use?
he got it off of some tree. He got a tree. He didn't plant it like with seeds. He got a piece of tree. He was always good with planting and gardening and stuff like that.
He liked that.
He was always back there doing something.
So what do you think? The soil's not rich enough back there for it? What's wrong?
It was rich soil, but
I thought they said that he needed another, like, and I don't know because I don't know, but I thought it was like when you plant something, and I don't know what it means, like you have to have a male and a female or something to go together to make it to make it fertilized right the way that it's supposed to be. But being that he got that off of another tree, we must have been to Florida or something, and he got that tree.
Yeah,
and he popped it off of another tree and decided to bring it back here because our grandparents didn't have no orange tree. I think we went to Florida, and Daddy popped off a piece and said he was going to plant his own tree and brought that tree back home, but it never did. It never did right. I don't know if it was the soil.
Was it just don't taste right?
They're bitter and they don't grow right. I mean, you can tell it's orange, but the peeling is hard and it's dry.
Tangerine, right? You know, this kind of thing.
Okay.
It's dry.
Is it because it's not in Florida? Do you have to live in Florida in order to?
I think so.
I don't know. I really don't know nobody in Georgia with an orange tree. But I mean, maybe there is something. I mean, that could be, because I don't know anybody around here that have an orange tree. So I don't know if it's because of the soil or what, but it would have, and it took a long time before it got oranges. It took a long time. It didn't just.
It would come when the season for oranges to come. Like in the fall. Yes, it did. That's when it started turning yellow.
It was
turning yellow in September.
I wish Kenny was in. It was a minute before that thing started getting oranges on it, because we were saying, oh, one day we was like, oh, the tree got oranges. And we went and ate that nasty orange, and it was so bitter. It just won't get sweet. Like I said, they won't. You could tell they're oranges, but the peeling, the outside of it is rough. It don't look like a real orange, and inside it's the inside of it is not the pulp. It's not plump and firm like it should be. It's dry.
Okay.
So I don't know.
But the pecan tree, you put that out there, and it was still good.
Now I know, but they said that pecan tree. That's when Papa and them was saying something about the female and the male or something like that. Because it'll get pecans, but they won't be. Then again, the pecan tree won't. It'll have pecans on it, but you can't eat them.
It was just so hard.
Can't eat them. Daddy planted that too.
You got all that good. And then before we had that, I didn't have it on that. We had grapes, and they were grapes. Yeah.
Every now and then he'll get a little bit of grapes. He was always back there trying to plant his garden. And Daddy would squat down and just sit like that. You know, like you squat. I'm not even going to attempt to do it. And he would just be out there in the yard. Papa used to do that too. They could just squat and just sit like they sitting in a chair, but they would be squatting and get back up. I don't know how they was able to do that, because most people, that take a lot of strength to be able to just squat like you sitting and stay in that position for a long time.
So when y'all moved here, the moms were always over there?
Everybody was already here.
Everybody was here.
Now Daniel and them wasn't here. But Terry and them grandmama, that house was there. Reverend Dowse was already here.
Reverend Dowse was over there. Did y'all know her then?
No. She was the teacher or principal then. Everybody was like teachers and principals. Like Terry grandmama was right there in the two-story house. She was a principal. Reverend Dowse, I think, I'm not sure what she was. Either she was a teacher or she was about to be a principal. Brisbane, I don't know where he was. Gene, he was at the sugar refinery. Ask my mama, right there, she was a teacher.
I don't know what she was.
I don't know what Miss Minnie did. I don't know where she was. Her husband, she had a husband when we moved out here, Mr. Charlie. So I don't know, she was married when we moved out here. And then, The Saps. No, they moved out here around the same time we did. They moved out here at the same time. We moved out here. Sylvia and them was already out here. A lady named Miss Helen was right there. She was a teacher and her husband was a fireman. And they was already right there. They worked at the sugar factory. Not that man. That man's I think it was his daddy. He worked at the Union camp. Mr. Cawthorn, he's a realtor now, but he was. He lived next door to them. And then it was just a bunch of teachers, a lot of educators. A lot of people that moved out, but most of the people in this area kept their house. But,
so you've been in the house, what, 50 years?
Yep, 51 years.
51.
Because I'll be 55 in October.
Okay. And then you had the house renovated when?
On the back end, well, we did this part after Daddy died. Because this was a carport. So, what was that?
That was a carport?
So that was, we must have did that in 89. 88 or 89. In the back end, we did that when Vicky was born.
Okay.
I was trying to decide whether I wanted to get my own house or move in or just add on here, which I should have. I mean, well, I did the right thing, just the wrong person. Fixed it, messed up the house. But I felt like with Delvia, having Vicky on me working, it would have been hard trying to have my own place. And then transporting them where they needed to go, bringing them over here when I had to go to work. And I just said, well, it'd be better if I just added on here and kept it, and stayed here. But now, kind of wish I had my own place. At least I would have had another place to.
You gonna leave Mother May?
Huh?
You gonna leave Mother May, have your own place?
Yeah, but I mean, we wouldn't have had all this mess that we got going on now. I would have had, the house wouldn't have been messed up. She would have had her house. I would have had my house. So we would have had, 2 places. It wouldn't have been a mess. But prayerfully, God will make a way where we'll get out of this mess.
Beautiful day today. See how beautiful it is.
I can't believe the weather's so nice. In May, June, it always get cool. Right before it gets hot again. It'll always have a cold snap. And it'll be in May.
It's gonna be cold. That's what the weatherman said.
And it ain't gonna get cool again. It won't get cool again after that. This is it.
Nice.
I don't know why I always do this, but every year, you put your money on it in May, before the summer actually comes. We'll already have hot days, but before we actually have our all hot days, we'll have a cold day. And after that,
So your mom used to visit a lot when y'all were here, when y'all moved here?
oh yeah.
Mama?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She was here more than your husband's mother, right?
Yeah, they came more.
Yeah.
Because Mama had the kids. And she had to wait for Papa to bring them. Papa wasn't trying to come that often.
No.
And when your mom was here, would she try to tell you how to arrange the house, or she let you do whatever you want to do?
I guess she told her behind her back, but she didn't.
Oh.
Put on the face.
Well, maybe she didn't. Well, you had to say that part.
But, I mean,
She's saying, Bessie mama, did your mama come and try to tell you how to raise your house?
no.
No, Bessie didn't do that. And they always came and was bringing us something.
Oh, yeah.
They came all the time up until they just got where, Jim couldn't drive anymore. And that was like in the 90s. But they was then coming to see the wrestling. And then they would get people to bring them. After that, they would try to get people to bring them up here. But they came as much as they could.
Yeah, sure did.
They came as much as they could come. And then Jim got.
And when y'all moved, you in with the white folks in the neighborhood?
Now, white people never lived out here.
Okay. Cloverdale's always been predominantly black.
No, not predominantly. It was an upscale black neighborhood at the time. Pretty much. I'm not gonna say it was the only one, but it was one of the only what you call nice suburban neighborhoods for blacks.
Okay.
Yeah. This was over. Carbon Village was the first one.
But then Cloverdale was the only first one that had these type of houses. Like, the ranch. The houses in Carver Village was more square shaped, like a box. But these were more like, back in the day. It's not what you call a bad neighborhood now. It is, but it's not as, I guess, as bad as some. They still try to keep it up and keep the name. But with Section 8, and people moving in, people moving out. You don't know who your neighbors are anymore. Because everybody in Cloverdale knew everybody. But, like I said, they still try to keep it up. It's not like it was. Because these houses are older, people trying to get newer houses.
Yeah, right.
Which I would like one too, Lord. Well, just fix this one up. I would be satisfied.
I like those, look at those pants there. I like the design there.
You know those pants old.
Huh?
So ain't nobody wear them pants like that no more.
Who?
Those pants. I think those
designs?
I think those were actually my pants.
That's what I thought so.
Them pants you got on?
I thought they were.
I know it was a pantsuit, but it was my pantsuit.
And maybe so, I don't know.
No, it wasn't mine. I think we bought that for you. I had one something like it, but I don't think that was mine. No.
And then you retired from the hospital what year?
91.
91, okay.
Yep, 91.
You glad to retire?
Yeah.
Yeah, she didn't know what to do with herself.
Nah. It's alright.
I had just started the hospital at 90. I had just finished respiratory school.
Oh.
And you retired the next year. And everybody would say, Mary, that's your mom? And they'd say, you are just nothing like your mother.
That's something you very rarely see, that people ride the bikes